What are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertram. Take over the world. I mean, YouTube. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / factotum Bertram. Say hello, Bertram.
Hello, Bertram.
And this is my review for Tales of Arise. So my friends, Tales of Arise released on the 9th of September and is the 124th Tales of game.
Really?
Yes, really?
Really?
Yes, really?
Really?
No, not really. This is the 17th Tales game, which is pretty close to 124.
And by close you mean not close at all?
Quite. So, let me just say that the Tales of series is one of my favorites. There's not a single game I don't like. Well, apart from maybe Tales of a Hunchback Prostitute. That game was just weird. So, story. Now, without spoiling anything, I'll just say, go and play the game yourself and find out, you cheap bastard. What I can say, though, is that Tales of Arise has more twists than a bloody Rubik's Cube, and more shocking character deaths than in an episode of Game of Thrones.
Did you know they are making a new series of that show with a cast of skeletons?
I did not. What's it going to be called?
Game of Bones.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the pornographic version.
No, I believe that's called Game of Boning.
Ah, I see. So, gameplay. Now, like the 123 other Tales games, this is an
16 games, like the other 16 games.
Oh, whatever. Like the other Tales games, this is once again an action RPG.
What does RPG mean again?
Role-playing game?
Oh, like when you make me dress up like a secretary, and you dress up like a stern business owner who...
Yes, just like that. Remind me to tell you the meaning of the word secret when we're done with this review, Bertram. Moving on. Now, like a lot of other RPGs, this game contains fighting, leveling up, more random encounters and a prostitute working the late shifts, bloody fishing, and even covers of Rick Astley's greatest hits. Well, actually, there is no covers of Rick Astley's greatest hits, because hits implies he had more than one good song. And as anyone in their 80s knows, Rick Astley had only one hit.
I'm confused. So, what does this game have in it?
Fighting, fishing.
But no Rick Astley?
Affirmative.
And affirmative means?
Yes. Affirmative means yes. So, for example, if I say, is Bertram a retard with a terrible haircut? The answer would be affirmative.
Oh, Okay. What's wrong with my haircut?
Oh, nothing. If you are Hitler. Moving on. Now, if you've played a Tales game before, especially Berseria or Zestiria, then you know what to expect here gameplay-wise. Like those games, this game has several villains. Now, one of this game's many villains is called Ballsack.
I think you mean Balsef.
Ballsack is pretty close to Balsef.
And by close you mean not close at all?
Quite. And yes, we do get to beat up that Ballsack.
Oh, ouch.
Quite. Now, the boss fights in this game are truly epic affairs. For example, the first fight against Ballsack...
Balsef.
Whatever. The first fight against Ballsack feels like a final boss, with several phases and a massive, godlike creature in the background.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Oh yes, arousing too. My Colonel Mustard was standing to attention the whole time.
That's nice.
So, visuals. Now at first glance, this looks a lot like the other Tales games. But this is on PlayStation 5, and that means the graphics are shinier. The character models are more anatomically correct, and it's all presented in glorious 60 FPS.
What does FPS mean again?
You know, frames per second. So for example, films or movies are usually presented in 24 frames per second.
Ah, films! Like when you make me take all of my clothes off and cover myself with peanut butter while you film and...
Yes! Yes, just like that. Does the phrase, "this'll be our little secret," mean nothing to you, man?
What does secret mean again?
Oh, never mind. Now, for our blind viewers, let me just say that this is the best looking Tales game to date. Not that you can appreciate that, of course, so you'll just have to take my word for it.
You have a very sick sense of humor.
What's your point? So, what did I think of Tales of Arise? Well, I'll just say, go and play the game yourself and decide what you think, you cheap bastard. What I can say, though, is that Tales of Arise is one of, if not the best Tales game to date. Therefore, I'm going to give Tales of Arise a 9 out of 10. Well, haha, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my review for Tales of Arise. If you've enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. Don't forget to hit that bloody like, subscribe, bell button thingy. Feel free to share this video with everyone you know. But remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertram.
Goodbye, Bertram.
Ah, there we are, Bertram. Now, if you'd just like to take your clothes off, I have the peanut butter right here. Are you still here? Go away! I'm sure you've got something better to do with your time. No, seriously. Piss off. Be gone. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye. What in the hell is wrong with you? Go away! Vacate this space! Hit the cross at the top of the screen! The video is done! It's over! It's finito! It's caputo!